Here's the thing about unfolding booms on a sprayer. You might want to make sure it's hooked up to a tractor. Because when they're folded up, right, the booms are like this. When you unfold them, this could happen. Puts all the weight in the back. I bet you can pop some really sweet wheelies with that sprayer. That's a Napoleon Dynamite reference. You remember, it was a movie where the kid wore the FFA jacket. That cow's been in an onion patch. Hey, if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. I mean, especially FFA. FFA should have been promoting that movie to the ends of the earth, because Napoleon Dynamite literally made FFA cool again. But now he's just a reference on our show. At least this way you minimize drift. I mean, it's a little excessive. Wait a minute. You get weights. I mean, that's not where you're supposed to put the weights, but this is a very good way that you can pull off a sweet reverse wheelie, which is always generally assisted with a loader. It always freaks people out that haven't been around a loader when this happens. It's not a big deal. I mean, honestly, all you gotta do is put the wheels down with the loader by lifting it up. But yeah, it's always fun. When you're around people that have never really been around loaders and you're doing something and the back wheels come up, they always start, oh, stop, stop. And you're just up there just kind of laughing. I mean, OSHA probably wouldn't think that much of it, but I mean, it's kind of funny to see people freak out. Looks like this one came unhitched. I wonder what he said when it got unhooked. Oh, crap. See, because it's a manure spreader. Literally, this guy almost lost his stuff. It's a wheelie, though. The Guinness Book of World Records says the longest bicycle wheelie, it was 1 hour, which is pretty impressive. When you think about it, doing a wheelie for an entire hour, I could barely do a wheelie for 3 feet as a kid. Probably some of it had to do with the bike. I had an old bike, right, and it had the banana seat. You know, it wasn't until I was old enough to ride into town, which was about 4 miles, that I got around my buddies and they informed me that it was a girl's bike. I didn't know. They said it was a Missy bike. Hey, Rob, look, you're driving a Missy bike. I mean, it worked, but I mean, it was embarrassing, right? So I went home and I'm like, hey, Mom, Dad, I need to get a boy's bike because I don't want to be made fun of for getting a Missy bike. Begged him and begged him and begged him, and finally, yeah, one day I got a new bike, and it was a boy's bike that had the bar, right? Had the bar going up. It makes no sense when you think about it, right? For the boy's bike to have the bar going straight across instead of below. I don't know what type of sadistic person decided that, hey, that's a boy's bike, the one with the bar right there. It's not good, but it didn't matter. I was thrilled because I finally got a boy's bike. It was black. It had flames on it. It had the knobby tires. It had the thing on the handle. I don't think they make them anymore, but it was this thing where a plastic thing, and you took it and you did it, and it made like a revving sound. It only lasted for a day, but it was really cool for that day. So I had all this stuff, right? And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to be awesome with it. So I went out to the barnyard, and I took the bottom boards out of the stanchion, and I grabbed a cylinder block, and I put the board up on the block for a sweet jump. I drove all the way to the shop, which was like long ways away. So I had a huge head of steam when I hit that ramp, and for like, I don't know, 1.5 seconds, I was airborne. I was awesome. And then gravity introduced me to a newfound pain that I've never felt before. I hit that boy bike bar in the worst possible way. I mean, I couldn't talk for like 30 minutes afterwards. Literally for a while, I didn't know where they went. I didn't know what happened. They were gone for a while. I hit the bar because I felt like I needed a boy's bike, and this is what happened. If anything ever comes from me in this world, I think it should be that the bike should be reversed. The straight boy bike bar should be on a girl's bike, and the boy should have a little comfort room, if you might put it that way. I don't know what this has to do with this manure spreader doing a wheelie, but I hope you feel my pain. This video is from Tara Peters. It's a video of a steer in a lot of over 200 fats, which is feeder cattle. This was his reaction when Tara came home after being away at school for 2 weeks. He was her absolute favorite, and for whatever reason, he might have been a little spoiled. They also know for a fact that this was not a bottle calf. The steer's name was Leon, and Tara seemed to be his one and only favorite. When she was away at school, he would come up to the gate and wait for her, but never cared to make friends with anybody else. I mean, that's just sad. The poor cow missed Tara, and she went away to school. I mean, seriously, if I don't see this on the Hallmark movie next year, I will be truly disappointed. Thank you, Tara, for showing me your friendship with bovine. One of the great things about rural America is that we're always willing to help out each other. One of the best examples is when a farmer needs help during planting or harvest season. Here's the thing, that's generally the busiest time of the year for a farmer. But time and time again, it has been shown that a farmer will drop everything and go help a neighbor in need. Recently, I interviewed Jenna Bendy, who was awarded Mosaic Company's Harvest Hero Award for organizing her neighborhood for harvesting crops for a neighbor who suffered a heart attack while his combine caught fire.
This week's machinery pick of the week is presented by John Deere.
Another example of farmers helping farmers comes from Peter Ness. Now, he's a farmer that I met in North Dakota. On May 18th, 2004, his dad was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. First, doctors gave him 6 months. But thank the good Lord, because through second opinions and treatment, he's still with us today. So Peter's cousin passed on the word to area farmers that they were going to have to get together to take off the wheat crop. On August 21st, 31 combines, trucks to match, and dozens of grain carts showed up. And get this, they took off 900 acres in 3.5 hours. 900 acres in 3.5 hours. Yes, I know the acts of kindness occur in businesses all over the country. But community harvest will always hold a place in the heart of rural America. I have participated in them twice in my life, and the community spirit is absolutely amazing. Good night, man. Hey, that is stuck. What in the name of Bob Ross's happy little trees are you trying to do here? I can't even tell what he's pulling behind him. But look at that other tractor in the background. It's almost like he's laughing. It's like he can't believe how stuck this other tractor is. It's like a dinosaur falling in a tar pit. Let's just assume this tractor never made it out, and some archaeologist will find it someday. Farmers are masters at utilizing whatever's at hand. Even the old Paul Harvey, So God Made the Farmer, mentioned making horseshoes out of old chunks of car tires. This farmer is utilizing an old road sign to keep the sun off his head. These signs are left in our ditches all the time. I'm just going to say it right now. If these signs are left in a farmer's ditch for months and months on end, then they become the farmer's sign. And the farmer can do whatever he wants with them. Oh, you didn't come back for a few months to pick up your sign? Oh, well, I'll just have my son, hey, take some maybe random plywood pieces and put them in your ditch. And then after a few weeks, you'll have dead grass and diamond shapes all over. Bottom line, if you don't pick up your stuff out of my ditch, it ends up on my shop wall. Thanks for spending some time with us here on SharkFarmer TV. For more stories about people in agriculture, catch my shows on Rural Radio Channel 147 Sirius XM. There's more in-depth discussions on my podcast, and of course, you can check out previous episodes of this show on my YouTube channel. Find out more at sharkfarmer.com.